All right, welcome back to another episode of...
This isn't our channel.
Am I on the right channel?
Oh, Gary, have you ever been on Ken's channel before?
Who's Ken?
Yo, just
I like how you just checked your hands. Like, where am I? Is this real life?
big hands.
Thank you.
Look at that. Look at that. You should be a boxer.
Let me tell you about the story of love and hate.
Anyway.
And on that note, yes, we are here at Hoonigan at Tire Slayer Studios, and we do have a one-of-one race car for the U.S. at least.
And a one-of-one Ken Block.
Definitely a one-of-one Ken Block. Hey, what's up, Ken?
Oh, we're doing that.
What's happening?
I'll,
High fives.
I don't know what Gary's probably gonna give you.
High fives. Yeah, all three. All right, so this is a pivotal moment. This is huge. We have a WRC car in the lot.
We also have, Ken hasn't shredded anything in the new building.
Oh my God, that's right.
You ready for all this responsibility?
here for-
Which, like,
over
in
a
some ways is exciting, but other ways insulting. This man hasn't come to see us in a year.
But he's been busy. He's driving. He don't have time to
Driving. Unlike us, who are just driving.
So when I say one-of-one, this right here is a Hyundai i20 WRC. This is brought in from overseas to compete here in America, and he's competed in the ARA championship throughout this year.
yeah, I've kind of had a wild year.
A little bit. It's been a roller coaster.
You can say that again.
Well, I raced the ARA, which stands for the American Rally Association Championship, which is 9 events. I raced 8 of them. I won 4 of them, and then I had some wild luck. There were actually 2 events where I was leading the event on the final stage and actually lost it on the final event. One by hitting a deer. Deer decided to end that victory.
That was this year.
Yeah.
I know, it's so much happened this year.
You mean the deer that Subaru definitely planted in the woods?
That was a Subaru deer.
I ended up second. I just didn't win. Would have been my
hit a
8th.
deer in a rally and you got second anyway?
Not bad, not bad.
Here's a question. How many podiums did you have this year?
6.
How many of those were you at the top of the podium?
4.
It's pretty good numbers.
Oh, 8 races total, 6
2
podiums.
drop. Yeah.
That's a pretty good ratio.
That's solid. That's solid. Like on the Olympic gold medal level, you won for your country.
Yeah, but I didn't win in the end. I didn't win in the end, though. That's the problem.
Oh.
But we'll get into that in some other
we'll get
episode.
into that a little later. So at the very base of it, Hyundai i20 WRC. This is a previous generation WRC car.
Yeah, currently the WRC rules are, it's actually a hybrid.
Right.
So they have an electric drivetrain and a 1.6 liter turbo engine. This is the generation before, so this
Pre-hybrid.
Yeah, this car raced last year.
Oh, okay.
And then basically the beginning of this year started the new rules, which is the hybrid.
Right,
So
which
this
is kind of why these things look so wild. Is this was the Aero era of WRC.
Yeah.
Where
Even
they
the
really
mirror
started. Even the mirror.
has aero.
Ever.
This actually has all the safety, you know, the best wheel technology, the best shock technology, the best engine technology. So the speed is much higher, even with a smaller engine.
Right.
The technology to get you down the stage is there in just an incredible way.
How long did it take you to get used to driving this?
Well, this car, because we had it all season, it took me a few events to get up to speed in it. But that, you know, I've won the last 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5 events, something like that, 3 out of 4 events. It took a little while to get up to speed, but once I was used to it, I could just drive it flat out.
Is this your favorite rally car you've ever driven?
This is my favorite rally car I have ever driven.
Nice.
Damn.
Well, part of it though, I drove the Ford Fiesta like in Spain, like I said, and I really enjoyed it, but I only got to do like a test and then go try to race it.
Yeah.
I didn't get to really experience it. This car I got to drive for 8 events, so I got up to a comfortable level over a couple of events. We did a lot of test changes for the car, made it work for me, and then I just got to drive it flat out for the rest of the year with confidence.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the big difference. I mean, I want to drive flat out. I want to go fast and take big risks, but you can't do that if you're not confident in what is underneath you. I have so much confidence in this thing. I can put this thing wherever I want, unless there's some mud on the road.
Too soon.
I really, truly enjoyed it. You know, I would put it up there with the Hoonigan.
Whoa. Hot take.
Is CNN breaking news.
Hot take.
I had to walk away. I had to walk away.
This man is just spitting abominations out his mouth. He just didn't say that casually.
Yeah.
But you don't say that.
We don't have a WRC race in America, so there's no reason for this car to come here.
Right.
So we just happened to be able to bring this car over and run it this year. And so it is really the only Hyundai WRC car in existence that we know of in the States today. So for us to run this in the States, because of the rules of our championship, WRC is the top level, you know, we're a national level championship. So there's just more restrictions. So we had to add, what was it, 275
pounds. That's almost a whole Gary.
That's almost a
yeah.
Gary.
Imagine.
You got all of
one of
me
these
back there
units.
somewhere.
Added to that just to be legal.
Yeah, so 275 pounds, went from a 36 millimeter to a 34 millimeter. So it's a smaller amount of air that can get in. So that reduces the power and run on a different fuel. And the normal displacement of like a car in our championship is 2 liter. And we know some that are up to 2.3 and we're at 1.6. So we're at a huge disadvantage as far as displacement, and the car doesn't work the same way as it was built to work. So I was underpowered. I mean, if you take our car and add like a 700cc sport bike, that's equal to the car I'm mainly competing against.
Plus one Gixxer.
But I just had to drive harder than them.
You just see the turbo, it's cute.
So you can see here the restrictor all the way down in there.
They got safety wire on there too?
Gary, I can't tell you how
Safety
glad
wires
I am.
on everything.
I can't tell you how glad I am that you brought that up. The restrictor on there that's there for rules, right? Because that limits the amount of power that everybody has to try and level the playing field. And that wire is tamper-proof, so they know if you've taken it off or put it back on after scrutineering.
You see this little stamp here? That's like the little metal piece that holds that wire together. That's how they know you didn't open it.
Well, let's take a look inside this thing. First of all, the thickness on this door. Look at all that side impact safety that you have over here.
Oh, that's solid. Look at that cranium container he got over there in the passenger seat.
Container.
That's actually the most buttons I think I've seen on one of your steering wheels ever.
Also, look at the biggest word. I know it's a lot of letters for you.
Jeez.
Exiting wing Punisher. Oh, that's crazy. Is that German?
So this is actually on there because the fire extinguisher is not on. The system's not
so
on
that's
right
not
now.
always there.
So like they put that there when they turn it
As a
off.
reminder.
So as we get back in and turn everything back on, we take that off. And there's actually a spot up there where Alex has a bunch of different things like this because there's like blankets that go on the front radiator.
I'm gonna add this to my cars where one says like no coolant,
Doesn't run.
no
engine.
fuel, no engine. That way people know. Has to be pushed.
So real quick, different launch settings, so different RPMs for the launch. The gearbox has different settings for the center diff lights. You can control all the lights from there. Obviously simple things like horn.
What's that sad button all about? No boost. Why would you hit that button?
If it's wet tarmac, right? Where you need to really have some nice throttle control as opposed to like.
I thought that was like a complaint button that goes back to the
Yeah,
service area.
it just
It's
goes
like,
back.
I don't know, it's too slow. I got no boost.
And then this is the ignition setting. So depending on the event, how much grip there is, what the conditions like, wet or whatever, will control the amount of boost and how the power comes in on boost. So that's what this is for.
Wow.
And can you explain to people what stage button is for? Because like that's
Right here.
Right.
obviously stage button is the fun button, but like
Right.
for people to understand that.
So when I'm not racing, this is basically off. So I'm in a transit mode, which is like a detuned version of this. So when I push stage mode, then it's activating whatever setting I'm on here.
As well as stuff like anti-lag,
Yeah.
the really aggressive map, like
Yeah.
all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
So when we're about to start a stage, we'll confirm these settings because the engineer is constantly telling us adjustments to make. I'll put it in gear. I'll push stage mode. I'll pull the handbrake back. then I push the start button. So that puts me in launch mode.
Oh, wow.
So it takes a combination of clutch, throttle, and handbrake to let the launch mode go into mode.
Oh, interesting.
Right? And then when I have 5 seconds left, I just go full throttle, and then it cycles through. You'll hear it when I do a launch here. You'll hear it find the right RPM and set the boost and everything. So when I have 1 second left, it's at the right RPM, everything.
Well, there you go, kids. You've learned how to launch a WRC car with us today.
Easy.
It's easy. It's easy.
It's easy.
Press this, turn this. I already forgot. All right, well, that's... I mean,
You forgot the 2 paddles here, though.
whoa. Yeah.
That is a windshield wiper paddle.
Stop it.
That is the most expensive windshield wiper paddle ever. And so shift is only on the right side,
Yep.
forward and back.
Yep.
Can I click it?
Right side. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's a very nice action.
So 2 other sticks in there, obviously. There's a gear shift. Even though we have paddle shift, I still have to get into
this little
first
guy.
and out of first, into neutral and into reverse using a stick. You know, it has a gearbox like anything else. The paddle is an actuator that actually uses air to move that stick back and forth. So as I'm driving along, if I shift with the paddle, you'll see the
You see it move every time.
Yeah, you see it move. Yeah.
Man, that's really cool. All right, so the Motec display, that gives Alex all the stats that he needs to look at, give it back to the engineers. You know, you're focusing on driving in the next stage. Alex is beaming info back to him.
Yeah, Alex
By the
actually.
way, Alex also has controls on the foot. So he can actually do the wipers himself. So
Oh,
Ken
look at
doesn't
that.
have to. Right? Hit him with, what is the water splash button?
He told me about that one the other day.
The water splash button closes a vent on the intake. So if we're going through a water splash, it closes the intake and it'll draw air from somewhere else in case a bunch of water's coming in as we cross a stream.
That's rad.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
By the way, Alex in the beginning did not like this car.
Oh, really?
There was just a lot more work for him to do.
Because, hey, you're right, my job is extremely stressful.
Way more homework for the man to do.
Yeah.
All right, but let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about this. Ken, I have not seen this helmet.
So I like patterns, and I like 80s and 90s bright graphics.
You like colors too, I see.
Yeah,
Boring,
so
not boring.
I kind of couldn't decide on one, so I went with all of them.
You got purple, yellow,
Is this
green.
from our man Despre?
He had something to do with the inspiration, but it's a helmet painter named Airtrix. that
Oh,
put it
yeah.
all together.
Yeah.
So this is the first one that he's done for me. I also have a matching mountain bike full face helmet that I use in the Can-Ams also, and a matching motocross snowmobile helmet. All look the same.
All right, so you have matching helmets for all of your dangerous
So
things
it's
that
an
you do.
ink care pattern.
Yep.
It's the brain bucket.
Okay.
We got some flames.
You have to.
I have to have flames. Got some pattern like what we had back on the Kazi, the
Yep.
black and white pattern, and then just some fun
That star
stuff.
pattern is sick.
Yeah, so
Wow.
we just, like I said, I couldn't decide on one pattern, so I said, I'll take them all.
Give me everything you've got.
You always have mega unique helmets, and I feel like you just get the helmet and people get to look at it. It'd be cool if we had like either a miniature or maybe like a consumer level, like a mountain bike helmet that anybody could buy. I feel like we should do something like that.
I'm glad
That's
you.
a comment below. Comment below if you want this helmet for sale.
Can I comment now?
Yeah, comment right
I
now.
want it right now.
So we're here in the back, and the back is fairly empty. Room for 2 spares.
All we want to
Usually
talk
has
about
2 spares.
is this jack.
Oh, do you usually run with 2 spares?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. But the jack, first of all, you're out there in the field, and if you lose a tire, you lose a piece of suspension, anything, you're out. You have to fix your own car in the field. So these have permanently latched tools. You got your impact, you got your torque wrench, and you got this thing.
There's a lot more tools under Alex's seat. There's generally spare parts bolted to roll cages and a full kit. Most of this simple kit that's back here is so that we can change a tire on stage
Right.
or in between stages.
This jack looks like,
Full hydraulic.
And look how sick this little system is for like holding it in and putting it back away, like all the arrows.
oh,
and
wow,
everything.
yeah, so you could see it if it's all
Yeah,
covered in
yeah.
dust, yeah.
And it's one of those jacks too that as you pump, it works both directions.
What?
Right?
This ain't
No
no Ricky Dink
way.
Harbor
Oh,
Freight
wait, this is the
here.
bottom.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
Oh,
one.
with spikes and everything.
And that's
See,
your.
see
Wow,
as
so
they
it's
go
like a-
both directions.
It's like a
yeah.
high lift jack, but for your car.
Which
Yep.
have you actually? Because ARB made one like this.
Oh,
that's
no way.
hydraulic, but it's like this big.
And this goes into the sill stand on the side of the car, which we'll look at in a second. But I love how even this is rifled like that for lightweight
oh, of course, you gotta save weight everywhere you can.
everywhere.
Hey, you might,
I
as well
also-
might as well show the little holes
Yeah.
though. So there's 2 holes here and here that we put this.
Is it
jack
weird
in.
that I want to jack it up? Can we just throw it in? Can we just see it? Can we just see? Can we just see?
Ken has to practice these with Alex,
Yeah.
and he despises it.
Yeah.
Yo.
So back when Ken was on the WRC, we made a bet that Ron and I could change a wheel faster than him and Alex could, and they never let us actually do the test. They were afraid to lose. They were afraid to lose.
Physical labor
Unfortunately, Ron and I combined have put on the weight of like, I don't know, like a 19-year-old man. So I just don't know if we're in the same. Wow.
I doubt it's in gear, and I know the handbrake's not on.
Nice.
So I don't want to put
There's
it
a sign back there that says handbrake.
Let's just say, look how quick that went up.
That's it?
Yeah.
Also, look how high the car just got lifted. Wheels still in touch with the ground.
Oh yeah. That's
a lot
droop.
of
Look at,
travel.
actually, this is a good way to go into suspension here. Look at those dampers. I don't know how much travel exactly is on this thing, but I imagine it's a lot. Like
Stability and
previous cars, yeah. Probably as much or more than a Ford Raptor, but on a Hyundai.
All right, if you guys are done with the nerdery, I think we all want to see Ken shred the yard with this thing. That's really what we all came here for. For those of you who skipped ahead to this point, this is a Hyundai rally car and it's about to shred the yard.
My man just throws it into the first corner with so much just...
And then just comes like 2 feet from us, like he doesn't need us.
Right.
He does this a lot, huh?
I guess so, dude. You're insane.
Yeah, my boy.
Oh my God. You want to do a little more out here? Or you want to go inside now?
Let me do one more quick one.
He wants to do more. The man wants to do more. pretty solid.
Harmonic in there. That's bad.
Drive.
That man can drive.
I thought it was all internet
By the
trickery
way,
and CGI.
what I want more of those center axes he was about to get into and stop. Like the speed of that. Does he think he's done? Still tire left.
So much tire.
Not much. I was trying to explain to the guys that usually it's good to just let it go until fluids and smoke are coming from under the hood. That's usually a good stopping point, but I don't think they speak English.
It's a little bit different.
I think they care about their car here.
Yeah. All right, so he's gonna go from there on the outside in through here, maybe do some donuts. That's just crazy. That's crazy. That's so tight. I don't know if that's doable at all.
Have faith. Have no faith, you two? He could do this.
Those are my wheels. We'll put them over here.
He's gonna do it right now.
close.
It gets
Getting
closer
close.
and closer. It's like when you're dropping in, just drop in now.
Yes!
Good job.
Damn!
I told you.
That was insane!
Never doubt
Yo,
this man.
dude!
I
Oh
synced
my
it.
God!
We synced it. We saw it together.
We manifested!
I tried. I mean, you didn't do too bad of a job. There's some chords. Okay. All right, all is forgiven.
Dude, hell yeah! That is.
Man, a lot of firsts here today. First time Ken has shredded the yard. First WRC car in the yard. First gravel tire taken down to the cords.
I had to kill
in the
some
yard.
tires. I mean, every time I come here, I have to kill tires.
Yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
a requirement.
Yeah, and it took longer than expected. That last session was
I'm
crazy
standing
with how
here,
much
bro,
smoke.
my ears are still going off the Richter scale. And this man killing my eardrums. Thank you.
and possibly the tightest donuts ever done. Well, definitely the tightest donut ever done here on this property. I was super impressed.
Bro, I knew he could do it.
You
though.
did.
I
You
knew
did.
he
You
could do
did. You
it.
called it. You called
I
it.
said this mother effer
You
was gonna do it.
manifested. You manifested.
You had faith in me.
I always got
appreciate
faith.
that.
Yes, yes.
Well, Ken, thank you for coming by.
Hey, we still
you
got
guys-
more tonight.
There is.
shoot.
There is. Actually, this thing is going to be on display out front. We're doing a little meet and greet here at Tire Slayer Studios in the store up front.
Well, the funny thing is I wanted to do that because we have this cool car. It's literally leaving Monday. And so I thought it'd be dope to bring it out with the Trouble Andrew livery, put it on display here at Hoonigan. Let the LA rally fans come out and check out
See
this
it in
car
person.
because one of these has never been here. So have a good time, interact with some fans, show off this wild beast to everybody. So hope you Hoonigan fans appreciate that.
There you go, Ken Block, ridiculous driver and a man of the people. Thank you very much for coming here. I can't wait to see more of this thing.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.